Hi, this is Ajay from Global News English channel, and I will speak about Afghanistan in this video of mine. Okay, I've been following this Afghanistan issue since like it started actually. This actually mainly Taliban attack on Afghanistan, and I've even made just a video as in just one video for this channel of mine. So I was not trying to take any advantage of this like many others do. Anyway, of any issue for that matter. So like I just was watching all the videos, all the news channels, everything, reading articles, getting whatever updates I could gather uh, for about Afghanistan and attack of Taliban on them and their president running away of the country and just fooling the people just one day prior to running away from the country, that nothing will happen, we will fight and we will save you and all this, but he fled away after taking a lot of money, which itself speaks volumes about it, about the corruption in Afghanistan, which has been spoken about since long. And everyone know that most of the past in Asia saying that there's a lot of corruption in Asian countries or the third world countries as people call at least some other first world countries call it. So like third countries such thing is actually corruption, and corruption, when you say corruption, is just not corruption crimes and everything. Every wrong thing and every evil thing is involved in corruption. Anyway, so like I just when I made a video, it was almost over, the battle was almost over. Actually didn't start because the soldiers, the defense for Afghanistan, government didn't even do about it. About just they were just like giving them a free go. They could come. They were kicking in their cars, and they were just even stopping them. This was just ridiculous, you know. This was like that. Anyone can control Afghanistan at any point in time. Maybe one day Pakistan people go there, even when everyone knows Pakistan army or Pakistan going in cars and all and just taking control of Afghan government. It seems to be so easy, you know. It was a cakewalk for Taliban or cakewalk given by American soldiers and American politicians and American president in particular. So it was a cakewalk for them, and they are very dangerous already, Taliban's. And then when they walk, who won't like enjoy it or love it or just like grab any pardon. So it was very weird actually, even if you say, yeah, and people like Pakistanis, most of the Pakistanis are getting because of this, the Taliban pass. So they are just treating it as out of their own victory, Pakistan's victory, which is like really, you know, laughable. Because they are also their enemies and they can attack them too. And the president, the new president, the person who's going to be the new president of Afghanistan, Mullah Umar Qadr, whatever his name is, spent nine years of his life in jail of Pakistan in Pakistan. That's what I got to know today from Hamid Mir Sahab. Hamid Mir Sahab is a very big journalist, a very famous journalist from Pakistan, and he was shot in Pakistan by Pakistan army and Pakistan government also, because they just hate him because he's quite unbiased. Hamid Mirji, he was talking today to our own very good famous journalist Sumaira Khan ji for TV9 Bharatvash now. He was giving an interview over there, and TV9 Bharatvash is not only famous in India, it's famous in Pakistan too, and I love it too. Anyway, and I love it when it was not even famous. Not a problem. So the thing is, you know, like what I was trying to mention here is Hamid Mir Sahab told Sumaira Khan Sahiba Khan, you know, Sumaira Sahiba, this is the thing that like Pakistan is also, you know, is actually confused. Especially he spoke about Imran Khan, because, you know, even more than, you know, if you could laugh on any Pakistani or any Pakistani public or any Pakistani journalist or any Pakistani member, more laughable is like actually Imran Khan. Whenever he makes statements, it's quite like, you know, like in India we all laugh, you know, when Rahul statement it's always weird when he makes a statement and you know, gets criticized for every statement he makes, and just everyone laughs on him. So it's quite like the same with Imran Khan, I suppose, because he was a cricketer. He's not a full-fledged politician actually. He's just a makeshift politician. He like shifted to politics because he thought, okay, I'm quite famous in Pakistan and worldwide, so maybe I can do something in politics and get famous, right? Is making me laugh, and other things are like what about everything. That is also making me laugh, and everyone is laughing actually. So even Hamid me, that Pakistani journalist, I'm also his fan actually. Said that Imran Khan is confused actually, and he just was a bit modest here, because he said I like be a bit modest here, because while sitting on Indian channel I cannot speak much against my own prime minister, a person who is of high status in or high, who has high power in Pakistan. So he didn't say much, but he said this. I'll still say this because he's still an unbiased journalist, a very famous, a very good journalist, Ahmed Mir. He still said, see, like Imran Khan is confused because long back he said, like in different situations, he to suit himself, he just says sometimes in support, sometimes he's against that. So when long back something happened, some incident took place, he, supported Taliban, and then again he scolded Taliban and said no, they should not take power in Afghanistan. And then when they came in, sort of came in power, because 20th will be the date, 20th, the coming 20th, when they will be in government, Taliban government would be formed. With whom, that is still to be seen. Anyway, so that's how it is. Like, so Ahmed was saying this. So, like, Pakistan Prime Minister Imran Khan is confused. So, said about people like Imran Khan, the better, I suppose, for the world. Because he's not a politician, actually, he's just a makeshift politician who just came by, he's had a behind one day that I should become a prime minister, and he became prime minister. And then laughable is actually Pakistani people also, because of this very reason, that they vote for such a person, whom they know was just a cricketer and not a politician. Anyway, so that also goes to show and lets the world know that please never vote for people like who are into some other professions than politics, at least initially, or when he just came in politics and became prime minister. They should have taken some time to understand that how good he prime minister kind of leader he would have become. So these things are there, and so like he speaks some things. So people like Imran Khan sometimes who speak for Taliban, and at other times speak against Taliban as per his suitability and comfort for him and for his country, doesn't make him trustworthy for the people of the world. Anyway. Isn't it? Yeah, should have been like Sir Modi, because he and he's famous worldwide, number one, termed to be the number one leader in the world. Why? Because whatever he says, he do it, and he's trustworthy. It's not like one day he's speaking against Imran Khan, and other days, going gaga over Imran Khan, or that Imran Khan is very good. So that's how it is. Imran Khan, this lesson for you and for all you Pakistanis. I'm seeing, nowadays, lots many people are visiting spaces. Thanks a lot to, first of all, to Twitter, Mr. Jack and Space, for introducing spaces on Twitter. I'm also enjoying it, and others are also enjoying it nowadays. Even yesterday, there was one VHP, Vish Hindu Parishad's vice president over there on one Balochistan's, I suppose, or since. There are lots many Pakistanis who are part of Sindh of Pakistan, who want a separation of Sindh from Pakistan, which includes Karachi and some other regions. I'm forgetting those regions, but yeah. So Sindh, they said there's 60% of Pakistan in Sindh. 60% of Pakistan, consists of this Sindh. So they are fighting against Pakistan to get it out of Pakistan. So I went also yesterday. So he came there and he have had some collaboration with these people. He got all those people kicked out, either whom he didn't know about who they are not. And me also, when I was sitting with my another Hindi channel, actually, which everyone know in India, at least if not abroad, and they're afraid of me because that is an unbiased channel. So like he got me wish Hindu Parishad president. Yeah, I'm naming his name was Narayan or something. Okay, his surname was Narayan, so I don't remember his name completely. So this is what happens. Though I'm a big fan of Modi, big supporter of Modi ji, since some time, since the start. but since some time, because Congress has have had its share of crimes against Indian public, and actually, if I work for anyone, it's for the public, no matter what, and or public as in I work for public in general and public of any country for that matter, not only India. So that's why I came here, just like made my last video of mine for this English channel of mine about people public of Afghanistan, that the world must do something now to save Afghanistan public from Taliban. And after that, even from the next day, it started. Every country started offering them to become refugee in their countries. Thanks to Canada, who offered, I suppose, 20,000 Afghan people to stay as refugees in the country. And they also said, we are open for it, and we will give you a formal, uh, not also to get more Afghanis in our country, to give them refugee status. Already the Afghanis are living in Delhi and other parts of India. I have myself met them in Delhi. So like not now, a few years back I've met them. So like it's like that, and they're lovely people. I've just met them in metro train also. I've seen them there also. And yeah, so these Afghanis are really good, and they're coming, and now they're coming at the airport since like that day only, since this was starting. So India was even accommodating these Afghanis then also. From that way, they also, not even when Indian government didn't announce it. They have had good relationship offenses. So some people are still coming from Afghanistan, the families and all. But now today, a very good thing has happened thanks to PM Modi and Amit Shah ji and others whoever are involved in this, to give a nod to Afghanistan public, that they can come and apply. They can even apply for they can apply for electronic visa from right there in the country, and it will be considered. The application will be considered, and without any constraints, and we will take you in our country. So like how it is going now. So thanks to India also, who has now given a nod today, after meeting of, I suppose, not after meeting, I suppose before, prior to meet Ami and Modi ji, and and others meeting, and defense minister meeting in the evening. Before that only it was announced. So that's a great news for Afghan public also. This our gift, a gift from India, from Indians, for all of you, that see, we love you all, and we have tried from our end, and got you an opportunity to apply for e-visa and be in India and live in India as a refugee for now, and then maybe you could be given permanent residency. I don't know how it is, what way it is to become a permanent resident in India, but I suppose even Afghani people used to come in Mumbai also earlier and used to stay over there. Lots many they are there, though some became dons also, underworld dons, and that's another story. And today I was even checking one more, Aditya Thackeray, who is himself blamed for a killing of a very big film star by the name of Sushant Singh Rajput, whom most fighting, even I am fighting for him. So like that Aditya Thackeray is actually blamed in that killing, but he also met some Afghani students in Mumbai today as a minister. So that was good to see that he's meeting them and assuring them that they are safe there. Yeah, they are safe in India, everywhere they're safe, Afghanis. So that's how it is. So it's a great news for Afghanis. I just came here to just let you know that you can apply for e-visa, electronic visa for India, and most of you will get it for sure. India may have some restraints for some limitation. That's another story though. But I suppose most of you will get visa for India. So we have brought a gift for you. Our Indian Prime Minister brought a gift for you. Indian government has brought a gift for you. So use it and come to India. We will welcome you in India. And we really know like how what you face and what you have been facing in Afghanistan, mainly because of Taliban. And we are really sorry to see whatever has happened and whatever is happening over there. But don't worry, Indian government has started saving you from Taliban's, and the entire world is standing to save you. The only thing which I'm surprised about is that some other countries, I won't name it, any religion or something, because I am not the one who, I am really secular, so I don't talk in the sense of any religion. But some countries like Bangladesh and some others are not accommodating or giving such opportunity to people in their countries, which is very sad to see. And they must also orders, I suppose, Bangladesh and the countries who are not allowing them. You also because they are lost many people, in Afghanistan, like they are about 3 million people, I suppose, right? So, like Canada has for 20,000 Afghani people to live as refugees over there. India would be numbering their numbers too. Likewise, I suppose other countries should open too as per their, days and all. So that's how it is turning up now. So, and my main issue last time also when I spoke about Afghanistan, I forgot Taliban, I forgot everyone. I was emotional too last time. So I just said about Afghanistan public, Afghan public. So you can very well understand when I speak about only the public, and I am mostly loyal. Mostly, I say like I am the most loyal person for the public of any country for that matter. I've traveled a bit, in India also. From that, after travel extensively in India, I've traveled to lots many other countries also. I've always supported the public, the ordinary public of that country. Always, either be it Russia, Singapore, whichever country I visited. So that's how I expect, everyone should do. They should always support public. They would be of any country, but of course, you should try to help them and not just misuse them, because lots of many people have seen they just like try to help others and then try to misuse the situation and try to take some benefit out of it, or do something like weird. But that should not be done by anyone who supports public. So and because yesterday only one lady whose roots are in Pakistan, but she is an Indian and she lives in US now. She said like, so you don't have any loyalty to any political party as well, so you have worked for almost every big political party in India. I said yes, I'm not, my loyalty is not to any political party, though I've worked for every political party in India, but loyalty is to the public in general, public as in as a publicity for that matter. So that's how everyone should be, I suppose. And then there are some Indians who are fed up of me also because of this, and they just like criticize me also for this very reason, and they just make excuses also to criticize me. One lady couldn't control herself, and day before yesterday she said on Spaces to me, hey, do you think your BBC thinks BBC? So you can, that was a very good compliment, though she said it, to what you call drag me down, or what you call, I'm not getting the word for now, so like to make it feel as if I'm doing something wrong. But I just laughed on it, and others are always she treats him as BBC. So you can very well understand, if my country India can consider me as a person from BBC, then how unbiased I would be. So thanks to that lady, though she was my critic, I would just really love to have such positive feedbacks and positive criticism about me. So I suppose at BBC, if a person, if he or she is unbiased and people call them BBC, that's a big compliment, first of all, for BBC. That means you have been criticizing BBC. Lots many Indians have also been criticizing BBC by saying that it's this or they say that because they have been always unbiased, I suppose. So they are saying, calling me to BBC. So first of all, is thumbs up for BBC, and the second thumbs up for me. So thumbs up for both BBC and me, that yes, we are unbiased, and people even who are jealous of us, or our enemies, or criticize us badly just for the sake of criticizing, know that we are unbiased. Thank you very much. So like we have gotten some help for you guys from all over the world. That's what my purpose was with my last video, that please help Afghan public somehow, and everyone has stood up to the mark. Thanks to everyone. Criticism of other countries, America, India, and others would come later on by me maybe. But for now, thanks to all of them, because they at least stood for this cause and trying to save Afghanistan public. Thanks a lot. Namaste.